Welcome to We Own It's YouTube channel. If you believe in public services for people, not profit, this is the place to be. Before we get started, please do click on the subscribe button so you get updates about our campaigns and interviews from people like George Monbiot, John McDonnell and Caroline Lucas. Labour has announced that it will nationalise Openreach and parts of BT to provide free, full fibre broadband to every home and business in the UK. Broadband is essential public infrastructure, just like roads, railways, water and energy networks. And just as we developed the water network in the 19th century and the NHS in the 20th century, quick internet access is something we all need today. And right now, only 8% of the UK is covered by full fibre. Only 47% of low-income households use broadband internet at home. That means teenagers struggling to get their homework done, older people feeling isolated and cut off, and rural startups failing to get off the ground. Boris Johnson has also promised quicker internet speeds, but he wants to deliver it with companies like Virgin, who will cherry-pick the profitable bits of the network and ask for huge government subsidies to roll it out to rural areas, which, by the way, is exactly what happens on our railway and in our bus networks. The old-fashioned ideology of privatisation is slowing us down. Since 1984, when BT was privatised, they've given out £54 billion in dividends to shareholders. That's enough to cover the capital cost of rolling out full fibre more than twice over. And the government's own estimates show that it would cost £20 billion to roll this out with one infrastructure provider, but £32 billion if we use the market. So it's £12 billion cheaper to do this in the public sector. And it will deliver £59 billion in productivity benefits across the economy. The market will only deliver 75% coverage, and it will take us 20 years. But South Korea and Japan already have 98% coverage. We haven't always been this far behind. Back in the 1980s, the UK led the way in broadband development, along with Japan and the US. But then in 1984, Margaret Thatcher privatised BT, and in 1990, she introduced competitors into the market. BT's factories were sold off to foreign corporations, and our assets and expertise were transferred out of the country. The broadband engineers in Korea and Japan couldn't believe what was happening. In the US, they also decided to embrace the market, and the big telecoms companies there have failed to deliver for rural and poor areas. Now they have 500 local publicly owned networks trying to fill the gap, and they are saving small businesses, boosting local economies and cutting costs. British Broadband could be a publicly owned institution that we can all be proud of, like the NHS and like the BBC. And it can deliver the vital public infrastructure that we need for the 21st century. Thank you so much for watching. Please do let us know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, you can like, share and subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/WeOwnItCampaign. You can catch up with us on Twitter at @we_ownit, or you can follow me at Cat Hobbs, and you can follow us on Instagram at @WeOwnIt_campaign. If you support public ownership, the most important thing you can do is to sign up for our newsletter by clicking on the link in the description below. We need you with us so we can win campaigns and get public services for people, not profit.